Okay, so we are recording this early in the morning because I think my views of my review of Shang Chi is not getting the audience that it needed. It only has 10 views right now. That is not bad. That is very bad for my analytics. And compared to what I have numbers for Arcane Act 2, which is sitting at 1,000 views, and the video that I created, a League of Legends avatar, which is sitting at 2,000 views, but it's getting ratioed to hell. I think it's what the trolls are doing in correlation with the dislike button being removed in the future. I think they're just maximizing their mileage over to the dislike button. So with that being said, it means that few people have watched my review of Shang-Chi. So, if I made some contradictions on this video, or they want to recheck my top 8 lists of the flaws of Shang-Chi, the movie, they will come back to my review and watch it. In any case, so yeah, this is a ploy to make you watch my review of Shang-Chi because I'm gonna give out a list and you're gonna spot if I made some opinion changes over the course of the movie. So before we go over to the list, let's just talk one thing. I am Harriet and I review games and I play a gacha game called the CGI Final Fantasy over Omnia. So if you are happening to play the game and haven't seen my top 8 force team ups I want to see in FR weapons, please do now watch it as I will suggest for a growing conversation on your dream team ups. Then again, I also want to promote my arcane reviews which are doing good numbers. Also, I stream every Saturday Philippine morning time. I think that is evening time in the States, in America. I stream Final Fantasy 15 currently, and I think I am at the chapter where Jared dies. Spoilers. Yes. How many minutes? Okay, we got 10 minutes more for the intro. I'm doing a 3-minute intro, so even though you haven't seen much of the content, you have watched 3 minutes full of intros. So leave a like, subscribe, comment what you think, and yeah. Now, without staggering any further, here are my top 8 flaws of Shang-Chi that no one talks about. Number 8, handling of the death dealer. So the death dealer in the comics is a badass assassin. He is definitely in part of Shang-Chi lore, and I think Marvel Studios dropped the ball on him. He died earlier than another guy in this list, and I've really stated on my review that they did the death dealer dirty. He wasn't given any lines. He was just a stunt man in a costume and kabuki makeup, and he was just fighting Shang-Chi. There's limited screen time. I think he could be a better character than the guy with the razor blade. To be honest, he's much more of an imposing figure. I mean, come on, that kabuki mask, kabuki makeup, he is like showing off here. Yeah, I think Marvel choose the wrong assassin to live by. This is a martial arts movie, and they settled on a big, sweaty man to live than a martial artist or something like that. Also, that dealer has more connection with Shang-Chi. He was in his training arc that was shown in the movie. And yeah, that dealer's handling in this movie, one of those disappointments I've seen. And I think he should have been treated more properly. Number 7 on my list is Wenwu is a fucking idiot. Now, I've said on my review, Wenwu is a great father. Yeah, he disciplined Shang-Chi very nice. It is shown that he loves Shang-Chi, even saved Shang-Chi from the Death Dweller. Oh, we're gonna talk about the Death Dweller and the Keeper Dragon thing later, but yes, Wenwu is a great father. However, that doesn't hold the fact that Wenwu is a fucking idiot. First of all, he changed when he met his wife, right? So that's character development. And then he devolves into the same person. The same person that his wife tried to change after his wife's death. That's stupid. That's not honoring his wife's legacy. That's more like disrespecting it. Another thing is he keeps punching the gate, the huge rocky wall at the end, and yeah, every time he punches, there are demons, soul eaters that are being released from the gate, and he doesn't notice the damage that he is doing. He just keeps on punching. He never noticed the freaking demons coming out. Not, he doesn't think that there's nothing happening with his punches. He just felt his punches. He's just doing punches for like 30 minutes of the time with the 10 rings and the Soul Eaters coming out, and he never stops. Maybe he's still punching in the afterlife. Well, again, Wenwu is a great father. Yeah, I mean, he plays Dance Dance Revolution with Shang-Chi at the start. But, yeah, sometimes he's an idiot. I mean, he faced Shang-Chi with 5 rings. He knows that Shang-Chi can bend the ring's will on his own, and he still fought him with the 5 rings. I would have given up with that. And yeah, I praise Wenwu. He's a scrawny little man, but he sure can fight. But boy, oh boy, is he stupid. Number 6 on our list. How the F did the 10 rings enter Tallow? This was not explained in the movie. They just arrive in their Humvees to the village of Tallow. I thought only Morris can know or behave in the manner that it can show the pathway to Tallow. Did someone track Shang-Chi's expedition to Tallow? So they know the waterfall secret, the bamboo forest secret. Remember, the bamboo forest will eat any intruders alive to Tallow. Also, I guess it was established Shang-Chi, I mean, when Wu went to Tallow because he needs to have the blessing of the parents of his wife. But he never had the knowledge on how to access Tallow. It was his wife who made him access Tallow. He keeps on researching how to access the forest. And yet, now in the movie, they just enter the forest without any problem. I mean, there's no damage. I mean, Shang-Chi's car, they know how the pathway to the forest. They lost a side mirror in the progress, I think, and they almost got close off by the bamboo. But yeah, but they managed to pierce through that safeguard of protection towards the village. So how did Tallow with his 10 ring army got in without any injuries or damages? That just doesn't make sense. It wasn't explained in the movie how he really entered, to be honest. Maybe because plot armor. Yeah. Suck my dick. Okay, number 5 on the list is Rolling's character downgrade at the end. Okay, let's talk about the post-credit scenes. The first one is Hotel California. That was fine. But I got some suspicious things about the rings being a beacon. It was sending out a signal. So who's it sending signal to? The Eternals? Was the Ten Rings beacon ever hinted at that movie? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know what the deal is. Also, Hulk is now Bruce Banner is back, and in the She-Hulk trailer, Bruce Banner is still the Hulk, and in the She-Hulk trailer, Bruce Banner is still the Hulk without the arm brace, but here, Bruce Banner is Bruce Banner the with with the arm brace. This timeline's confusing. What's the continuity? Okay, next post-credit scene is Xiaoling becoming a mercenary like her dad, leading Ten Rings. I thought she was in charge of suspending the Ten Rings operation, not continuing it. She has learned with her brother how to have a brother, how to have a family bond. She spent the entire movie as a hero, and now she's back to being a villain like in the beginning parts of the movie. So that's a downgrade, to be honest. She now heads the Ten Rings secretly under her brother's nose. What a sly bitch.
早上好，中国！现在我有冰淇淋，我很喜欢冰淇淋，但是《速度与激情9》比冰淇淋《速度与激情9》我最喜欢，所以现在是音乐时间，准备1、2、3。
Number 4 on our list is a very big one. It's a very big problem that I have. The martial arts. See, Shang-Chi is a martial arts movie. But the nitpicky thing I have in regard to the martial arts in Shang-Chi is that the martial arts look more like dancing. I mean, there are cuts between the two fighters that they are smiling, like they want to kiss. There are intimate moments in the first martial arts scene, I think, where it's between Wenwu and his wife. And they're like doing tango. They're not fighting, they're dancing. Fighting is striking each opponent. Their strike is like as 1 second, and most of the fight choreography is literally dance choreography. I can put a soundtrack like Sway by Pussycat Dolls on a Shang-Chi fight scene and it would make proper sense. They look like they're dancing instead of fighting. Number 3 on the list is this guy. Big sweaty dude with a razor blade. They chose him over Death Dealer. And he's not a martial artist. What the fuck, man? This guy is not likable. I like Death Dealer more. Yes, Death Dealer was silent. Yes, he was boring, but I know Death Dealer's appearance in the comics more than this dude. They could have developed him instead. Not this slow guy. He's not even graceful in the train scene. And the bus scene, I mean. The bus scene is one of the best scenes in the film. And he's a freaking idiot. The village of Tallow, the village folks from Tallow already said they can't beat the soul demons with their own weapons. And he didn't listen. And what did it lead to? The death of the Death Dealer. This guy's... I don't like this guy. He should have died early into the film, to be honest. He should have been disposed of early into the film. Number 2, Katie. I say Katie is a good character of being like the friendly girl in the movie. You know, one of the comic reliefs along with Trevor. But unlike Trevor stayed as a comic relief. I mean, he played dead during the fight scene. Here, Katie, for some reason, is a prodigy. She learned archery like what, a day or two. I don't know if it counts as a day. It's more like an hour. She learned archery in a short span of time. That's a prodigy, if you say so myself. So that happened. So for the convenience of the plot, she became an archery prodigy like a day when she first held a bow. And let me tell you this, she is not supposed to be on the story. Shang-Chi has no business on bringing her to his journey to Macau and eventually Tallow. She just insisted herself. She doesn't know what she is going through when she insisted herself to accompany Shang-Chi. And now she became a freaking prodigy on this movie. Katie is more than likely an NPC for me and not a party member of a JRPG party. That's how I see Katie. And now she's going to be potentially an Avenger. I can't believe it. Okay, so yeah, number two problem. She improved so fast. I don't know. She a prodigy of archery. I mean, her mentor didn't even trust her. Did you recall trusting her mentor inserting her into the initial battle? No. She was only inserted because they lacked the men. She was a substitute, and now she was able to hit the Death Dweller with a bow to the Death Dweller's throat. Perfect aim in the correct moment. That takes skills, man. Skills. And this is a normal girl. She's not a martial artist. She's not an archer that was training for so long. I mean, she's a slacker. Her character is a slacker. And she outbeats trained warriors in the village of Tallow. You tell me. You tell me she learned so fast. And the number one flaw about Shang-Chi that no one talks about is the CGI monsters. People were expecting a martial arts film. It's gonna be the showdown between Wenwu and Shang-Chi. That was the established feud of the story. Okay? I've said that the graphics of Shang-Chi is good. It's pretty nice. Tallow is nice. The ass monster is nice. The lions are nice. I mean, the dragon rendering is also nice. But, in particular to the Death Dweller and the dragon rendering, was it really necessary to have a big kaiju boss fight at the end? I mean, we could have expected more martial arts, but they fastened up the martial arts aspect of Shang-Chi, which I still stand is more dancing than fighting. They quickly resolve it into this Dragon Ball Z CGI boss fight. And I don't think that is something. I've seen here on Facebook the comments on the IGN saying that the CGI fight wasn't necessary at the end, and I agree, it wasn't really necessary. They shouldn't have brought in the dragons and the Death Dwellers into this first film of franchise. I think it should simmer down to ground it just martial arts. I mean, look at Iron Fist. Okay, I can't believe I'm comparing it to Iron Fist. Iron Fist sucks. Okay, but at least they got the dragon concept right. He absorbed the dragon into his heart. Shang-Chi has the heart of the dragon as well, and he used it to do a CGI dragon boss fight. Instead of absorbing or unlocking potential unleash style Super Saiyan Sage mode with the dragon heart that his mom said to him and face Wenwu one on one, preventing him further on destroying the wall, that's fine. That would be a fine fitting end. Okay, on the story. Let the Soul Eaters be released, but not the Death Dweller. I think they should have teased that further into the story. And now the gate is broken, and the Death and the Soul Eaters are being blocked by a freaking avalanche debris. And that's my list. Let me know in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, and if you are suspicious about my opinion, you can come back to my Shang Chi review, which is sitting at 10 views on YouTube. So this is Harriet. Thank you. Goodbye and good night. Bang.